Most people imagine that a blood clot would come with pain, swelling, or some clear warning. They expect their body to sound an alarm before danger arrives. But the truth is that the most dangerous clots give no signal at all. They grow silently inside the veins of ordinary people, often after a quiet evening, a long car ride, or a good night's sleep. For thousands of seniors each year, the first symptom is the last one. What makes these clots so deceptive is how normal life feels until the moment it doesn't. They begin with small shifts inside your blood and vessel walls, changes that come with age, dehydration, or simple stillness. But these shifts can quietly create a trap that stops blood from flowing, blocks oxygen, and turns an invisible threat into a sudden crisis. In this video, I will guide you through the science of why clots become more common after 60, the subtle signs that can easily be missed, and the simple daily habits that can cut your risk by half. I will share stories of real patients who survived because they noticed what others ignored. And I will give you a plan to make prevention as effortless as breathing. Because after 60, staying safe is not about living in fear, but about learning how your body speaks. Before we begin, if you have not subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip designed to keep you active, alert, and strong. 1. The quiet enemy that lives within the blood. Your blood is a living river, designed to flow, repair, and protect. When you cut your skin, clotting saves your life. But when that same process happens inside your veins without injury, it can turn deadly after 60. The natural rhythm of clotting and dissolving starts to change. The inner lining of your vessels, called the endothelium, becomes slightly rougher, creating spots where platelets can stick. Your blood also thickens more easily, especially when you are dehydrated or inactive. Imagine a calm stream slowly turning into sticky syrup. It moves, but sluggishly. And that slowness gives clotting proteins a chance to meet, link, and harden. At first, the clot is tiny. It might sit quietly in a deep vein of your leg, producing only a faint heaviness or warmth. But as it grows, it can block the flow entirely or break loose and travel to the lungs, the heart, or the brain. The result can be a stroke, a pulmonary embolism, or a heart attack. The tragedy is that many people mistake the earliest sensations for muscle soreness, arthritis, or simply age. I remember a patient, 76 years old, who came to my clinic complaining that one leg felt tired at the end of the day. She thought it was because she had been gardening more than usual. Within 24 hours, she was in the hospital with a clot that had nearly reached her lungs. She survived because her family urged her to seek help when she mentioned the discomfort. Most are not that lucky. The key lesson is that blood clots do not announce themselves with drama. They whisper, and learning to recognize that whisper is what saves lives. If this surprised you, wait until you hear about the next one. 2. Why sitting too long turns the body into a trap. The greatest myth I hear from older adults is that as long as they exercise once a day, they are protected. Unfortunately, the human body does not work that way. What matters is not just how much you move, but how often you interrupt stillness. A study published in the Journal of Thrombosis and Hemostasis found that seniors who sit more than 8 hours a day nearly double their risk of developing life-threatening clots. even if they go for walks or do morning stretches. That is because movement keeps the blood alive. When you sit, especially with your knees bent, the veins in your legs compress and circulation slows. The calf muscles, known as the body's second heart, stop contracting enough to push blood upward. As blood pools in the lower body, gravity becomes an invisible enemy. The slower it moves, the thicker it becomes, and the easier it is for clotting factors to unite. This process begins within hours. Imagine sitting through a long movie marathon or a cross-country trip. You feel fine at first, but beneath the surface, your veins are quietly struggling. One of my patients, a retired teacher, spent several days working on a photo project at home. She would sit from morning to evening, barely moving except to get coffee. One afternoon, she noticed her calf felt heavy and slightly warm. By nightfall, it had swollen. Ultrasound confirmed a deep vein thrombosis. She told me later, I thought, because I walked every morning, I was safe. What she didn't realize was that every hour of sitting slowly erased the benefits of her walk. The solution is refreshingly simple. You don't need a gym. You need a rhythm. Every hour. Stand, stretch, walk, or perform ankle circles. Even 30 seconds of gentle motion resets your circulation and reduces clotting risk dramatically. Prevention does not require intensity. It requires consistency. The body is not asking for perfection. It is asking for movement. If this surprised you, wait until you hear about the next one. 3. How hydration transforms circulation from within. If stillness is one enemy, dehydration is its partner. Most seniors underestimate how much water they need. And by the time thirst appears, the body is already short on fluid. Even mild dehydration makes blood thicker, causing platelets to stick together more easily. It also reduces plasma volume, the liquid portion of the blood that helps it flow. The thicker the blood, the slower it travels through narrow veins. This is why long flights or hot weather are especially risky. When you combine dehydration with sitting, the danger multiplies. The good news is that hydration is one of the simplest, most powerful forms of protection. I tell my patients to think of water as lubrication for their circulation. The goal is steady sipping, not gulping. Large amounts all at once pass quickly through the kidneys, while small, consistent sips keep blood volume stable. Herbal teas, fruit-infused water, and light broths all count. One practical tip is to anchor drinking to daily cues. Take a few sips before every meal, after brushing your teeth, or right after you stand up each hour. This habit keeps your blood light, your vessels flexible, and your brain more alert. Research has shown that hydrated seniors maintain better cognitive function, steadier blood pressure, and lower rates of clot-related hospitalizations. I remember an 81-year-old man who used to suffer from frequent calf cramps. Once he began hydrating properly and adding gentle hourly movement, his cramps disappeared, his sleep improved, and his energy returned. He told me, I didn't change my life. I just started giving my blood what it needed. That is the essence of prevention, not drastic overhaul, but daily kindness to the systems that keep you alive. If this surprised you, wait until you hear about the next one. 4. The food factor, what you eat, shapes how your blood flows. Food is not neutral. Every bite you take changes your chemistry for hours afterward. Meals high in processed meats, excess salt, or added sugars create inflammation along the vessel walls. That inflammation makes it easier for clots to form. Seniors who eat heavy, salty dinners and drink little water often wake up with sluggish circulation. Over time, this pattern thickens the blood and stiffens the arteries. On the other hand, foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and natural fiber act like internal cleansers. They calm inflammation, keep platelets from clumping too quickly, and support the lining of the vessels. The Mediterranean-style approach, rich in olive oil, fish, vegetables, and whole grains, has been shown to reduce clotting markers by nearly 30% in older adults. One of my patients, a 70-year-old woman with a family history of stroke, replaced processed snacks with mixed nuts and replaced fried foods with baked fish and olive oil. Within 3 months, her blood work showed lower triglycerides, and her energy returned. She told me, "It felt like my body woke up." Food should make your blood move, not slow it down. The trick is balance, not restriction. You do not need to eliminate favorite dishes completely. Pair richer meals with vegetables and hydration. Add citrus or green tea for natural blood thinning effects. Small shifts compound into lasting protection. And remember, consistency is what retrains your body's chemistry over time. If this surprised you, wait until you hear about the next one. 5. The daily routine that keeps blood alive. The most effective prevention plan is also the simplest. I call it the 1-minute circulation reset. Every waking hour, take 60 seconds to move your legs deliberately. While seated, plant your feet flat on the floor. Lift your heels high. Hold briefly, and lower them slowly. Repeat about 20 times. Then make gentle ankle circles, 10 in each direction. And if you can stand safely, finish with light marching in place for half a minute. Pair this with a few sips of water. This combination of motion and hydration sends a wave of fresh blood through your legs, diluting clotting proteins and re-energizing your heart and brain. The science behind it is elegant. Each calf contraction pushes venous blood upward, refreshing oxygen exchange and reducing pressure buildup. Within minutes, blood viscosity improves. Seniors who adopt this routine often report not just fewer cramps or swelling, but sharper focus and better mood. The body loves rhythm. The veins have no pump of their own. They depend on your muscles as their engine. When you sit still for hours, it is like parking a car with the engine off and expecting fuel to circulate. It doesn't. But move your legs regularly, and that invisible engine starts humming again. Prevention becomes effortless when it blends into daily life. I teach patients to attach the routine to natural cues during commercials, while waiting for the kettle, or before checking the phone. Over time, it stops feeling like exercise and starts feeling like breathing. If this surprised you, wait until you hear the final words. Doctor's final words. Blood clots are not the enemy of the old. They are the enemy of the unaware. They do not strike because your body is weak. They strike because your rhythm has changed and no one told you how to adapt. After 60, the systems that once ran automatically begin to slow. Circulation needs your help. But that help is simple. Move every hour. Drink every hour. Eat with awareness. And listen to your body's whispers. A heavy leg. A warm patch of skin. A fleeting moment of confusion. These are not just signs of age. They are messages. and every message ignored brings you closer to a preventable crisis. The good news is that awareness reverses everything. You can restore flow, strength, and confidence without pills or fear. I have seen patients in their 80s reclaim vitality just by embracing this rhythm of motion and hydration. Prevention works because your body wants to live. Give it what it needs. Make movement as natural as brushing your teeth. Water as routine as breathing. And food as thoughtful as medicine. Remember, this single truth motion is medicine. Stillness is the seed of danger. Share this message with someone you love. Because teaching them to move is teaching them to live. If you found this video helpful, comment one below and subscribe for more doctor-guided health insights designed to help you age with strength, clarity, and peace.